Hello, I'm Chris, welcome back to FRAG-MENTAL. Thank you for joining me. I need your help. I'm going on a Christmas night out with some friends. I've narrowed my fragrance choice down to 10 amazing fragrances, but I'm stuck. I can't pick out which fragrance to wear, so I'm going to go through all 10 of these fragrances and then ask you to choose for me. Let's go. Let me tell you about this night out. So it's something that I do every year with my best friends before Christmas. We get together, we have a meal in a restaurant, and then maybe we go out to a few bars. In the past, we've been known to go out to some clubs. So I need a fragrance that is going to be perfect for all those different situations. It's got to feel wintry, it's got to feel Christmassy. At this time of year, I tend to like fragrances that are darker, richer, tobacco fragrances, boozy fragrances. And these 10 are probably my favorite winter fragrances of all time, which is why it's so difficult to choose. I've picked 5 designer, 5 niche. I'm going to go through each one of my options, and then at the end of the video, I would like you in the comments to let me know which fragrance you think I should choose for my Christmas winter night out. When all the comments are in, the night I'm making my decision about which fragrance to wear, I'm going to pick whichever one most of you recommend. I kind of can't go wrong doing this because all these 10 fragrances are amazing. I would be happy to wear any of them. I just can't make the decision myself. The first fragrance that is on my list of 10 is one of my favorite designer fragrances to wear in the autumn, in the winter. It's from Emporio Armani. It's in the Stronger With You line. This is Stronger With You, absolutely. I also love Intensely. That is another fantastic autumn winter designer fragrance. The reason I'm going with this one is I think it's maybe a little livelier, just a little more playful, a little more fun than Intensely. It could be the boozy rum note in this, I don't know, but I just find it perhaps better to wear for a night out. And the thing I love about the Stronger With You line is they're all very mass appealing. They are designed to smell great and they're designed to be enjoyed by the masses. Definitely a mass appealing, likable designer smell, but it's got depth, it's got some complexity, which I really enjoy. It's an interesting fragrance. So this would work particularly well in the bars, in the clubs, in those situations, because it's very diffusive, it projects really well. It's got that fun nature to it. So this would excel in that sort of club bar situation. Sitting down, just having a cozy chat with some friends around the table. Is this the best choice, or could I go with something a little more complex, maybe a little more intimate and not quite as designery, mass appealing? Definitely a sexy smell, but is it a head turner? Is it going to grab attention? The next choice on the table is a niche fragrance. I think this one is also very sexy. I would say this is a head turner. It's from one of my favorite brands. They're a brand that always go all in with their fragrances. If they're going to make a certain scent profile, they do it with conviction and they make it pretty strong. And that is the case for Parfum de Marly's Layton. It's strong, it's sexy, it's a huge compliment getter. It's going to last definitely all through the evening. And when we get into those bars, maybe into those clubs, it is still going to be pumping away. The engine is still going to be firing on all cylinders. This is a very mass appealing fragrance, but it also has complexity, it has the quality, it's a very natural smelling fragrance, and it has the strength that I would associate more with niche fragrances than with designer fragrances. So what we get with Layton is all the things that make designer fragrances so good in terms of it being mass appealing and people around you, they're going to enjoy it and probably give you a few compliments. But we get the strength, we get the performance, we get the quality of the natural ingredients. There's cardamom, there's pepper, that's what give the fragrance such a kick, such a pop off your skin, which really helps with that projection. It's got tons of depth, it's got lots of amber and creamy vanilla. So it's ticking a lot of boxes, this fragrance. But would you recommend this to me for a winter night out? Is it the best Parfum de Marly for a winter night out? We'll find out. There may or may not be another PDM on this list. Back to a designer choice, a discontinued designer choice, unfortunately. One of my favorite designer fragrances. It's from Mugler, it's in their Amen line, and for this particular occasion, the one I've chosen is Pure Malt. You know I love Pure Havana. I'm all about that tobacco. That would work really well. I tend to go with that in the autumn and this more in the winter. The booziness of the whiskey accord that's in here, I think just really lends itself to a cold winter's evening. This is so fun and so enjoyable to wear. It would be absolutely perfect dancing away in a bar, in a club. It would excel in that situation. But would it be the best choice for just sitting around some friends and having a nice chat over dinner? Is it going to work as well in that situation? I think so. I think it would. I think it would work well in either. I think it does work better in that bar atmosphere where you're moving around, you're walking around, maybe you're chatting to lots of different people, you're not just sat in one place all the time. So we've established it's a fun fragrance, but does it have enough weight to it? Does it have enough depth? Does it have enough attitude and edge? Pure Malt, what do you think? Should I wear this on my night out? Going niche again. This is one of my favorite niche brands. I've said this many times. It's from Nasomatto, and this one is Pardon. I actually have a little bit of history with this fragrance in Christmas parties. I remember on one of my work Christmas nights out, again, we sat down, we had a meal, and I thought this fragrance would be perfect in that sitting down meal situation. It's fairly intimate. It's not a beast mode projecting fragrance. So I thought sitting down for a nice meal, absolutely perfect. But my compliment on this fragrance during that evening was when we'd finished the food, there was live music, and we got up and we started to dance, and I was, you know, throwing my little shapes on the dance floor. Someone came up to me and danced next to me and said, "Chris, you are smelling good tonight. What on earth are you wearing?" I said, "Pardon." He said, "Chris, you smell amazing. What on..." No, I'm not gonna do that joke. Yeah, I got a big old Christmas compliment from this. It works well in the cold weather because it's got an oud accord, it's a little bit chocolatey. It's got what I would also describe as this sort of enigmatic, mysterious quality. Pardon has the right qualities for that sit-down meal. I think it's mass appealing enough. I think it's unique and different enough to be that head-turning statement maker. So does Nasomatto's Pardon tick all the boxes? Is this the one that I should choose? And right now, saying all that, I'm kind of looking at it thinking, this is the one I should choose. But we've still got more fragrances to go, so don't make your decision just yet. A massive reason to not choose that fragrance and to choose a designer scent is this. Viktor and Rolf's Spicebomb Extreme. This has made the top of my winter lists for several years. It just works so well. It's cozy, it's comforting, it's mass appealing, it's fun, it's lively, it ticks all the boxes, it's sensual. It's great if you're on a date in more intimate situations, if you're around a meal with your friends and you're talking. I think it's not pumping off you too much that it's going to be obnoxious in that situation, but then later when you're walking around the bars, it's still pumping off you. It's fun enough to wear in that situation. Not as statement making or unique as something like Pardon, but it is probably going to get you noticed. It's probably going to turn heads for different reasons because it's fun and it's pleasant and it's a sexy smelling fragrance. Also, it's got my favorite note of tobacco. It's got a beautiful creamy vanilla. It's got lots of cinnamon and other spices in. There's just a lot that's really right with this fragrance. As you know from it being top of my winter list, perfect for a winter night out. And I'm feeling like right now I've talked myself now into this one. Forget Pardon. I'm now thinking Spicebomb Extreme.
If you love fragrance as much as I do, head over to my online store luxparfum.co.uk. You'll find my favourite brands plus brands you can't find anywhere else in the UK. Link is in the description.
I mentioned Spicebomb Extreme had that cozy winter element which I love so much, which makes it so perfect for this time of year. This one doubles down on that, even more so, in terms of sitting by a fire in the winter, smelling those smoky sweet woods. Maison Margiela's by the fireplace. It literally smells like the perfect winter fireplace. On top of that, you've got chestnuts roasting. It's just all the beautiful smells of winter rolled into one fragrance. It may not quite have that lively fun factor of some of the other fragrances I'm mentioning, but it does have that connection with most people. How many times have you been on a cold, crisp winter's walk? Maybe it's snowing, it's this time of year, and suddenly you get the waft of someone's fireplace burning, the smoke coming from the chimney of a nearby cottage, and you just want to follow that smell. You want to go into that cozy little place and sit by that fire. It really manages to tap into that primal, almost subconscious enjoyment that people have of fires. It represents warmth and safety and coziness. Absolutely stunning, very natural smelling scent. I think sitting down, having the meal, this would be amazing. But would it work after that? Would it work more in the bar ambience? Would it project as much? Is it lively enough? Is it fun enough? I think it is, actually. I don't think it's designery, mass appealing type of fun like maybe you get with Stronger With You and with Pure Malt, but I think it's fun in a sort of cozy, addictive kind of a way. So I do think By the Fireplace could work well in all these winter night out situations. What do you think? I mentioned earlier that I love fragrances that have edge, that have attitude, that also have that sweetness, that addictive quality, that mass appeal. Well, I think this fragrance ticks all those boxes from Tom Ford Noir Extreme Parfum. The original Noir Extreme is a big old compliment getter, but I think this is even more so because I think it's stronger, it projects more, it's got that edge because of the leather, it's got that attitude, it's got more gravitas and depth and complexity. It's a more powerful, confidence-inspiring fragrance than the original Noir Extreme. But it's got some softer, powdery elements in there as well. It's got some fun qualities. It's lively enough. It's not just a heavyweight, complex fragrance. It's really nicely balanced. Tom Ford know what they're doing, don't they, by now? It's a fragrance that is right up my street. It's creamy, it's dessert-like. It's got all these qualities that you just can't go wrong with. Pretty much everybody that smells this fragrance on you is really going to enjoy it. It's an absolute banger for this time of year. Sitting down for the meal, tick. Going out to a bar, tick. Dancing in a nightclub, definite tick. Getting home at the end of the night to your partner, tick. Noir Extreme Parfum has a few of those sweet dessert-like qualities in there, but this fragrance is all about that. This is a full-on gourmand. I think it's probably my favorite gourmand dessert-like fragrance that I have from Killian. It's Black Phantom. It's got chocolate in. I love rum at Christmas time, especially a rum and hot chocolate. You ever had one of those out on a mountain when you're skiing? Rum and hot chocolate in a little mountain chalet? Reminds me a little bit of this, but we've also got coffee, the sugar, vanilla, all the good sweet stuff, including a gorgeous sticky caramel. Despite all this sweetness, it manages to not be cloying. It's definitely a head-turning, impactful fragrance. I love wearing this in the winter. I remember when I started this YouTube channel, I bought the Perfume Parlor version of this, which was fantastic, really close to it. If you don't want to spend Killian prices, try the Perfume Parlor version. I'll leave the Perfume Parlor link in the video. You can go on their website, type in Black Phantom, it will come up with the name of their version. I can't remember what it's called just at the moment, but worth a try, and you might do what I did, enjoy that one so much that you end up buying a bottle of the original. My only thing with this one is it doesn't maybe project massively, so when you're in the environment where you're in a big space and there's lots of people walking around, are people going to be appreciating this scent? Does it even matter? If you're just smelling it on yourself, does it matter if people around you aren't noticing you and showering you with compliments? I'm sure many of you would say no, many of you would say yes. Is this the one to wear? Sit down meal? Great. In a bar, in a club? Is it the one? It could be. Let me know. Another Tom Ford, this one is Tobacco Oud from the Private Blend. And it is so beautiful. It's got rich, deep woods. There's the tobacco in there. It's edgy, sweet, smoothing whiskey. It's a little bit animalic. It is a synthetic recreation of oud. It's not real oud in here, but nevertheless, they still managed to get that slight little funky animalic quality. Not only is it one of my favorite winter fragrances, it's also right up there in probably my top 5 of Tom Ford scents. It's another one that I think would be perfect for the whole evening. It would tick the boxes. It's strong enough to cut through that cold winter air. I would love wearing this. Do you think I should? I've just picked this last bottle up, looked at it and done the same thing and thought, yeah, this is the one I should wear. I mentioned there was more than one, or there may be more than one Parfum de Marly fragrance on the list. I've talked about Layton. This one is potentially even more appropriate for a winter night out. This one is Herod. Tobacco, creamy vanilla, incense. It's got a little bit of that fruity osmanthus in there. Incredible fragrance. It's very rich, very deep, very indulgent, very decadent. I don't think it's pinging off your skin as much as, say, Stronger With You? Absolutely. Don't think it's designed to do that. It does last on the skin for quite a long time, but it's, I think, slightly less diffusive. So is it going to work quite as well in the environments after the meal, in the bars? Would it work as well in a night out situation? Maybe not quite as well as some of the others in the video, but you might think so. You might think it ticks all those boxes. So let me know, what do you think about Herod? Is this the one I should be choosing for my winter Christmas night out? Now I know what you're thinking, Chris, they're all amazing fragrances. How can we possibly help you choose? Well, that's your job, that's what you've got to do, because I can't choose. These are too good. They're all simply amazing, probably 10 out of 10 fragrances. How do you make that choice? How do you make that decision? What I'll do, we'll give it a week or so. This night out is happening in around about a week, so I'll let the comments on the video come in for a week, and then the day before, or even on the day I'm going out to meet my friends for this winter night out, I'll see which fragrance has the most votes. Whichever one has the most votes by you, that is what I will choose. You will make the decision for me. But I'll do a little update video that maybe I'll just throw on the channel as a short, or maybe I'll include it in one of my other videos. But I will definitely update you and let you know which one you chose for me to wear on my night out. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you drop your comment down below so you can help me make this insanely difficult choice. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.